Ciao!
How?
We did it!
I know, it wasn't letting me log on. I don't know why. Maybe someone else is on my
It
account.
doesn't matter. The good thing is that you are here. So nice to see you.
I know, you too. How's everything going?
Well, we are locked in. Let me say
Great.
hi to our friends. Ciao ragazzi, ciao, scusate questi 5 minuti di ritardo. Abbiamo avuto qualche problema tecnico, per una volta è lei, aveva qualche problema. So this time was LA having some technical issue, because in general it's Italy.
Or maybe just me.
Oh no, oh no. But the funny thing is that you're not a very technical girl, but you're very much into the social media.
Yes.
Lei è, lei è molto forte sui social media, ma sulla tecnologia abbiamo un po' lottato. Spero che ci sentiate. So nice to see you. We just wait a couple of minutes to see our friends jump in. They'll say hi, ciao Bianca, ciao Andrea, there's Fausto, Linda, Monica, a lot of friends. And it's really nice to see you. Where are you talking from?
So I'm based in Los Angeles, California, so like West Hollywood, Beverly Hills area, and this is where I also work. As you know, I work in the Middle East as well, but this is my home base, so this is where I'm locked up.
Quindi la povera Bianca è rinchiusa nella sua prigione di Beverly Hills, Los Angeles. So you're locked in your bed, your ugly jail in Beverly Hills.
Yes,
Oh
my
God, of course. Quindi non è proprio il posto peggiore per essere chiusi. It's not the worst place in the world to spend your quarantine.
Could be worse. You know, my family's here, my sisters are here, my friends are here, everybody's here. So I'm lucky, you know, I'm still surrounded by everybody. I'm able to keep in touch really easily and keep in touch with my clients via FaceTime and
Good.
all that kind
Good.
of stuff. Yeah.
Quindi è chiusa in casa, ciao Antonella, è chiusa in casa, dice però ci sono posti peggiori anche perché sono vicina, c'è la mia famiglia, le mie sorelle e tutte le persone che mi vogliono bene, siamo vicini e riesco anche a stare in contatto con le mie clienti attraverso FaceTime. Poi le chiederemo anche alcune cose, anzi vi invito a scrivere se avete delle domande, vedremo alcuni dei suoi lavori, adesso ve la presento anche adeguatamente. I will introduce you a bit better than just this because our friends, most of them, they know you for sure, but some maybe want to know more. Eleonora says, Bianca, come to Italy again.
I know, I want to come back for sure.
Voglio tornare, anche noi lo vogliamo. Quindi ragazzi, due parole, just a couple of words to introduce you, like an artist, like I knew you, which is great. La mia fortuna in questi giorni è che posso connettermi con questi amici straordinari. Sì, lo faremo un corso, l'abbiamo già fatto, lo faremo, mi chiedono. E Bianca è uno di questi. È una straordinaria colorista, come vi ho appena detto, è connessa da Beverly Hills, dove lavora, in un salone che si chiama Andy LeCompte.
Mm-hmm.
Hop.
I knew that. I know, sorry.
No, don't worry.
It was falling soon.
I'm kidding. Quindi salone prestigioso Beverly Hills, West Hollywood, ma lei fa anche qualche cliente, fa qualche scappata in Bahrain e in Dubai. Beautopia and what's the name of the other one? La Belle Femme.
Yes.
Cool.
So I think I got a couple of those words in there. So yeah, I'm based in West Hollywood at Andy LeCompte Salon. I've been there for 4 years. I was at Sally Hirschberger for 7 years before that. I assisted for 2 years under a woman named Suleika Hilton, and then I went on the floor at Sally Hirschberger, and then at Andy LeCompte.
Quindi è da 4 anni che lavora in questo salone prestigioso che si chiama Andy LeCompte e da 4 anni, però dopo 2 anni da assistente è diventata colorista senior, quindi titolare e come vi dicevo lavora anche in un paio di realtà molto importanti in Bahrain e in Dubai. Because I'm very curious because you work also in Dubai and Bahrain. How can you deal with these countries?
So, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but when I go out there, I was kind of recruited to a couple of the salons that I work at. The first time I'd ever gone to Dubai was with this girl named Slim, who's amazing. You guys gotta check her Instagram out. I'll try to tag it later, or maybe Madison, if you're watching, if you can tag Slim.
Okay, please.
She's amazing. She's who I went to Dubai with for the first time because we were actually launching Olaplex. So this is what, I don't know, 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
Yeah,
Wow.
almost five, almost
Maybe
five.
6. And so that was the first time I'd ever gone out there. We did a big, like a convention. We had a big conference, a 3-day conference, and I introduced and launched Olaplex in the Middle East. And one of the salon owners came up to me after and had saw my Instagram, and she was like, "Oh my God, you're an artist." She's like, "I'm gonna move you out here," and I was like, "I'll come and work, but I'm not gonna move."
How often you're there?
How often I go? At first I was going like every other month or so, which was way too often because that's like
Wow.
an 18, 16-hour flight. And now I'm going like twice a year or so. So every like
Okay.
4 to 6 months depending.
Ok, quindi ero molto curioso del fatto che lei ha questa attività anche che la porta in Dubai, in Bahrain. E l'ho chiesto com'è iniziata questa cosa. Ha detto, all'inizio della mia carriera assistevo una colorista molto importante che mi ha portato per il lancio di Olaplex in Dubai, dove ho lavorato in un salone, mi hanno conosciuta, poi mi hanno chiamato e mi hanno detto se per cortesia potevo andare a fare alcune giornate. Inizialmente ho iniziato ad andare là, considerate che ci sono 16 ore di volo, 16 hours of flight, it's really a long flight, 16 ore di volo per arrivare, e quindi ogni mese faceva tappa in Dubai. Adesso ha un po' rallentato i ritmi, ovviamente, dice ci vado 2 o 3 volte all'anno. That's really cool. So, you look super young. So, but how old are you? Dico, lei sembra veramente una ragazzina. How old are you?
Okay, let's see if you can guess this. I was born in 1990.
1990. 1990 o 1990? No, 1990, nel 1990. 1990.
1990.
Okay, so, oh God. So this is the year with
Yes,
the
this is
zero.
the big year, November
Yeah.
18th. I know, I'm getting up there. I'm almost over that hill.
Yeah, but you're in the digital generation because I am in the mechanical generation. When you get the zero, you hear clack. You just click. Quindi è nata nel 90, ragazzi. Sembra molto giovane, però lo è. Detto alla fine. So you look very young, but you are. So that's it.
No.
Io ho una domanda per lei. Visto che è da così tanto tempo anche lei chiusa, lontana dal salone, volevo sapere se questa quarantena le ha insegnato qualche cosa. So you've been locked in your house, far from your clients and from your salon for quite a while now. And
Yeah.
I wanted to check if you learned something that you didn't know from this experience that will be useful in the future life.
Well, I think, yes. I think that there's a couple things. Really maintaining a relationship with your clients doesn't just end in the salon. You know, you really, a lot of my clients I actually love as people, not just as clients. And so I've been able to kind of build more of a friendship, I guess, with them through all of this. But also, this has really taught me and my assistants a lot more about social media. So I know social media is like a full-time job, right? We all know it's a whole ordeal. But I think as I get busier in the salon and as I've been busy in the salon, you kind of, you know, obviously when I'm in the salon, I'm focusing on my client, I'm doing her hair. But this whole, you know, pandemic has really shown me that social media, it's actually a real job, and you have to really stay active with it.
Sure.
And build relationships digitally.
Yeah, è molto curiosa questa cosa che mi ha detto, perché dice in questo periodo di quarantena le ho chiesto cosa hai imparato, c'è Simonetta, ciao, cosa hai imparato? Ho imparato a mantenere le relazioni con i miei clienti. Io ho detto ma come? Sembra il momento più complicato. Invece dice che attraverso i social media si è impegnata lei e ha insegnato anche al suo team a sviluppare un'amicizia, ha chiamata amicizia, che sembra anche strano attraverso i social media, si è resa conto che questo lavoro dei social media, curare i social media, è un lavoro veramente a tempo pieno. So this is something that you wanna develop even more once you are back in the salon? È una cosa
Yeah,
che vuoi
you know,
sviluppare ancora?
definitely, because like I said, you know, when we're in the salon, we get so busy, we get so, you know, caught up with, I'll have 6 clients at once, you know, we'll have like 10 to 15 clients in one day. So we're so busy, we're constantly busy that we're not on social media, but being active and really engaging on, you know, whether it's Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or whatever it happens to be, it really makes a big difference in your social, in your digital presence. And that's going to make a difference in your career
But
because
your social medias are held by an agency or by yourself?
I have my assistants helping me with my social media, yes. We, you know, whether we're in the salon or whether we're at home, I definitely have them helping me. I'm teaching them some things on it and they teach me some things on it.
So you think that this period is more personal rather than cold like the professional way you did before?
I think that, well, I think that how you choose to run your Instagram is different. Everybody's different, right? So, I definitely have, this is my professional Instagram. I don't have a personal one. I don't have anything like that. So my assistants are part of my professional team and that's part of my brand and who I am at this moment. So I definitely think that it's good to include them on, you know, everything about it, the things that I learn, and they teach me some things too.
Quindi dice attraverso i social media che sono diventati così importanti, le ho chiesto se è lei che gestisce il suo profilo Instagram, lei ha anche un profilo Facebook molto importante, e mi ha detto lo gestisco io, però ho anche un assistente personale che gestisce la mia pagina. Io non ho una pagina privata, per me lavoro e privato sono la stessa cosa. In questo periodo ho avuto un po' più di post, forse un po' più personali, però di fatto è il lavoro che fa. Cedora, ciao. That's super interesting because you are almost 100K followers.
Yeah,
Lei ha quasi 100.000 follower.
close.
Yeah, almost. Maybe after this you will have more Italians. Dopo questo molti italiani che arriveranno. That's great. So, 30 years?
Yes. Well, not yet. Don't age
Not
me.
yet.
Not there yet.
Okay, sorry. 29, almost. Okay, 29. And what was the challenge? We have a question, but I wanted to ask another one. Then I will go to Jake. And I wanted to know, you're so young and you're so famous already, and you are one of those so-called celebrity colorists. So in a couple of minutes, which is the path that drove you from being a young junior to be what you are? Quindi io ho chiesto da giovane assistente a celebrity colorista, in 2 minuti raccontaci la tua storia.
So that's a hard question because I think it's something that, you know, progressively continues to grow as my brand grows. So like you said, I'm at like, you know, just over 95K, which to some may seem like so much and to others may be, you know, not as much. So I think the thing that has really gotten me was that when I was younger, I went on the floor seeing my own clients when I was like 21 or so, 20, 21. And I started seeing my own clients, but I wasn't very busy because I was new.
Sì, lei ha iniziato a lavorare con dei suoi clienti a già 21 anni, però non era così impegnata. Dice, è difficile descrivere dei passi veri e propri perché sono ancora in corso.
So I lost my place.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. So when I was young and I was new on the floor, I didn't have a full clientele. I didn't even have an assistant. And so I kept trying to figure out, I'm commission based. So I was like, well, how am I going to feed myself? How am I going to not starve? So I started reaching out to, if you guys know Rocky Barnes, I think I can put her photo up. We got a photo of her, right?
Yeah, I sent you one of my colleagues here.
Oh, no, it's too high.
Yeah, you can switch. You can switch yours with hers. Just, touch your face.
Oh, yeah, you're right. See, I still need help with social media. So Rachel Barnes is, she's a beautiful, I love her. She's amazing. She's a model and a blogger, and she's been pretty famous for years now. And so years ago, I'd seen her when I was new on the floor. I'd seen her in a Justin Bieber music video, and she had black hair. And so I reached out to her and I told her that I wanted to make her blonde. And so she's like, really? And so I like explained to her what I wanted to do. And I was like, okay, hopefully she'll come in. So the next week she came in, I did her hair, and then her modeling agent loved it. And then they started sending me all the models that they represent. This model leaves to
lucky
that
shot.
company, and that agent, you know, loves her hair and says who did it, and so on and so forth.
La storia è molto bella perché lei ha avuto anche la fortuna di fare i capelli a Rocky Barnes, che vi consigliamo di seguire, come Monica Cortesi mi ha saggiamente detto prima di questa diretta, che questa Rocky Barnes ha preso parte a uno dei video più famosi di Justin Bieber, e ai tempi aveva i capelli molto scuri e lei ha avuto l'intuizione di portarla a un colore nuovo, biondo, e questo è piaciuto moltissimo, ha avuto un grande successo, ha svoltato la sua carriera, e quindi anche l'agenzia l'ha vista e ha detto wow, e ha cominciato a mandarle le modelle. So it was a lucky shot, but I think that luck is always together with the brave people.
Yeah, you know, I think a lot of my career has been that I was at the right place at the right time. When I had gotten hired at Sally Hirschberger, it was 2 days after I had graduated cosmetology school. In California, it's 1,600 hours, so I went for 10 hours a day. I graduated in 10 months. And I told my teacher, her name was Gloria Visor, she used to do Marilyn Monroe, James Dean, that was like her whole era. So she's actually retired now. And so I told her, I was like, hey, you know, I'm going to be the best. I want to make a lot of money, and I want to work on the West Side. West Side meaning Hollywood, Beverly Hills.
Yeah, sure.
Everybody knows. So she ended up getting my interview at Sally Hirschberger, and that's kind of like, again, me being at the right place at the right time.
Quindi una delle sue fortune è stata anche essere molto brava quando ha fatto la scuola inizialmente, che dice la scuola è molto costosa in California, io l'ho finita in 10 mesi, cioè se you were super fast getting your degree, which is fabulous, and so it's not being lucky, it's also being very focused. E quando lei ha parlato per la sua prima intervista con la sua docente che l'aveva formata, ha detto cosa vuoi fare nella vita? Io voglio diventare la migliore colorista al mondo, guadagnare molto e lavorare a West Hollywood. So I don't know if you're already the most famous in the world, but you're working in the right direction, it seems.
Yes, getting there. You know, I think that's always evolving, as you know, so are celebrities, and so are influencers, and so are models. So who may be the most famous person today may be nobody tomorrow. So I think it's just a forever changing thing, which is why also I think that, you know, you have to continue to expand your brand and your clientele and your work and your education.
I love what you said. Lei ha usato un concetto che chi mi ha seguito a intervistare altri personaggi come lei ha già usato. Ha detto è molto importante continuare a lavorare sul proprio brand, sulla vostra firma, sulla vostra personale azienda, la vostra immagine, cioè continuare a lavorare su quello, a far crescere la vostra popolarità, ma anche continuare a mantenersi ispirati a migliorare le proprie tecniche. So, which is really great. I got a private question about which is the technique you use on Rocky Barnes and which is the color you're using. Qualcuno di voi mi ha anche scritto chiedendomi di domandarle che colore, che tecnica utilizza su Rocky Barnes. So, tell us a secret between you and me.
Between us.
Yeah, sure.
So, obviously I balayage her. I've been known for my balayage technique, which is kind of really gotten me as an artist very well known across the world, which is part of the reason why you guys know me out in Italy. I've educated people on my balayage technique in Australia, in Las Vegas, in Hawaii. So I've kind of taken what I learned from the woman I assisted, Suleika, and she balayage, and that's where I learned what balayage was, because in beauty school you learn the basics and stuff. And so as I assisted, I was learning more and more, obviously, and that's where I really learned what balayage meant and what balayage is. And so shortly after, you know, that I went on the floor and seeing my own clients is on the floor, and that's where I really started perfecting my my technique and kind of creating what you guys know today as like my Bianca color balayage with the cotton.
Wait, yeah, with the cotton pads, how do you call them?
Yes.
The cotton,
Cotton strip, cotton pad, yeah.
Lei ha sviluppato questa tecnica utilizzando il cotone in rullo che usa per tenere separate le ciocche leggermente sollevate. And then I saw you at work, which is really amazing because you're super focused. Every bowl has a different volume, peroxide. Yeah. And it's incredible. Lei cambia volume dell'ossigeno in base al progresso del lavoro del balayage che sta facendo. Dice, io ho imparato il balayage a scuola, però in realtà a scuola non si impara il vero balayage. Ho avuto la fortuna di assistere una delle mie docenti, che era addirittura una delle parrucchiere che si occupava di Marilyn Monroe ai tempi. Quindi dice, ho avuto la fortuna di assistere, poi ho sviluppato questa mia tecnica di balayage che l'ha portato anche in Italia, ma ha portato in tutto il mondo, in Australia. La mia socia, Emanuela, ciao. Sorry, there's my business partner.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, which is so strange behind the public face of the company, and she is behind the scenes because you met her. She's beautiful, and I'm bold. Yeah, okay, forget this. This is really cool. So let's go a little bit to this big guy here.
Oh, yeah.
You see it? Yeah, maybe this you see. So how did you get into the Olaplex project and how this had an impact on your career? Cioè, alla fine, come lei è entrata nel progetto di Olaplex così giovane e come questo progetto ha portato un impatto sulla sua carriera?
So I'm part of the original Olaplex crew, okay? So this is from years ago, before Olaplex even had packaging, before I even had the proper coloring, before they had the number 2 and the number 3 and all that kind of stuff. I'm part of the original crew with like Tracy Cunningham, Jordan, Slim, who I explained to you guys earlier, Chad, and Guy Tang. I'm part of the original crew. So years ago, Dean, who was the owner, they sold, Dean, who is the owner and part of creating it, came to some of the very high-end salons in our area and was like, here, you know, this is Olaplex, this is how you use it. But he doesn't do hair. He's part of the science part of it. He wasn't an artist. So they didn't know exactly how it would work. They knew the science and the technology of it, but they didn't know exactly how to use it on the hair.
Take it. Do what you want. Do your test.
Exactly. So,
drink it.
Yeah. So all of the directions and all of the instructions that we've come up with have been through trial and error from all these people that I just listed. So, you know, we would try it out and be like, oh, why is it not lifting? Why is it doing this? Why, you know, the hair is so soft? What is it doing? And they'd be like, try lowering the developer, try using less of the Olaplex number 1 and stuff. So I started using it and I really started enjoying it because it really changed my...
Quindi lei ha avuto la fortuna di essere tra quelli che lei chiama gli originals, cioè quelli che hanno iniziato e hanno incontrato Dean Crystal, il fondatore, quando girava con le bottiglie di Olaplex senza packaging, senza numero, dove non c'era né numero 1 né numero 2, c'era un progetto, e andava nei migliori saloni intorno dove lui stava, quindi in California, LA, e ai migliori coloristi allungava il prodotto liquido e diceva provalo, ma lui non è un colorista, quindi non aveva nemmeno idea di come usarlo, e quindi diceva usalo, provalo, vedi cosa fa. E lei ha detto, insieme a questo gruppo, con Jordan, con Tracy Cunningham, con Chad, che sono gli originals, ha provato il prodotto in tutti i modi, un po' di più, un po' di meno, così rallenta, così i capelli sono perfetti. So you really wrote the history and how to use it.
Yeah, it's all been through trial and error. And as I started to like it more, I would tag, you know, that I used Olaplex on this model. And Dean, who was the owner, you know, he got in touch and was like, you know, I love what you're doing with Olaplex. Their hair looks amazing. You know, we'd love to work more with you. And I said, yeah, that's exactly what I'd love to do. I'd love to work more with you. So then we came out with the Olaplex app for your phone. And I was on that. And as I stated before, I started launching the product kind of all over the world with a couple other people, Jordan and Slim. And that's kind of how I got started with it.
Quindi lei è veramente partecipata, è stata tra le prime, poi hanno sviluppato il numero 2, poi hanno cominciato a sviluppare l'app, quella telefonica, e hanno cominciato a girare il mondo, a fare educazione, e questa è un po' la storia. So, you are very much into the brand now. I see that you represent the brand around the world a lot. But did that bring also, not really money, but popularity to you? I mean, being part of
definitely. Yes, it's brought money because, you know, you can really improve your craft and you can get more clients if you're not damaging hair, you get a better reputation. But also, you know, it's flown me around the world launching this product. Like I said, it has gotten me more money because, you know, even as I was launching the product in Dubai, it brought me these other salons in the Middle East that kind of recruited me. And then, you know, that's another source of...
Quindi è una cosa che dice Olaplex è anche un prodotto che porta denaro a voi in salone perché vi permette di fare dei bellissimi lavori senza danneggiare i capelli. A lei è servito per aumentare la sua popolarità perché quando ha lanciato Olaplex in Dubai, come ci ha raccontato, era parte del team, è stata reclutata sia in Bahrain che a Dubai, quindi la sua visibilità è cresciuta naturalmente, which is great. Now, do you have any recommendation to our friends who are locked at home, but they cannot wait to go back in the salon? And obviously we'll have restrictions because we will open, but they cannot use all the chairs. Probably, yeah. Which is your recommendation also through Olaplex? Qual è il suo consiglio per voi che siete in attesa di entrare in salone, tenendo conto che apriremo e avremo un numero limitato di sedie su cui lavorare, anche magari appoggiandoci a Olaplex?
I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen here either in LA. We're not sure. We don't think we're going to be able to use all of the chairs like you're saying and stuff. So I think it's going to be different, not just for you guys, but I think for everyone, whether that means we have to wear masks, whether that means we can't use all the chairs. I'm not entirely sure. So I think that a way to really kind of stay on top of your career and moving forward is to stay on top of your education through social media. And I would say also keep educating your clients on what they should be doing at home. So if you can't get to them because you're locked up, then, you know, that's an issue. So one thing that they can be doing at home is not using, you know, store-bought color from, you know, the drugstore. One thing that they could be doing is also doing Olaplex treatments, you know, once a week or twice a week. Or if they're going to be in that Italian sun, they definitely, you know, if they're going to be going for a walk outside, they should have that Olaplex oil in because it has the UV protectant and all that kind of stuff. So I think really educating on your clients what they can do is going to be a big
both during the lockdown and also during the comeback once we are in the salon, because maybe it will take some time to see in the future the client. I mean, we will be very busy. Quindi la sua raccomandazione è education. Quindi educazione. Cosa significa? In questo periodo di lockdown in cui non possiamo vedere le clienti in salone, cercare di educarle attraverso i social media, prendersi cura dei capelli, cercare di tenerle lontani dal colore in scatola che possono comprare al supermarket, che potrebbe essere un problema poi dopo da gestire, e insegnargli a trattare le lunghezze, magari facendo un trattamento, magari usando Olaplex numero 3, numero 4 o numero 5. E se si espongono al sole, speriamo presto, utilizzare il numero 7, l'olio per le punte, ma questo vale anche quando ritornerete in salone, perché la vostra cliente probabilmente non la rivedrete subito, perché sarete molto impegnati, quindi dovrete, quando avrete la cliente seduta nella vostra sedia, educarla il più possibile a mantenersi i capelli a casa, quindi suggerire il prodotto corretto, credo che sia la cosa giusta. So Bianca, I know you have some pictures of your beautiful looks you did, perché so che voi siete qui anche per vedere dei capelli. I had asked you 2-3 pictures and you sent me like 20.
I didn't know what you wanted, so I gave you a good selection. If you wanted brunette or fantasy color, blonde, whatever. So I gave you some to choose up.
I love that. L'ho chiesto, mi mandi per piacere 2 o 3 look che hai fatto, così almeno li guardiamo, li condividiamo con i nostri amici a casa. E lei me ne ha mandati. A un certo punto il mio telefono ha cominciato a vibrare, my mobile started to shake, like, and where are all your pictures? Non finivano mai. So, if you want to manage it, I'm happy to share with our friends some of your looks. Poi ovviamente potete vederli sul suo profilo Instagram, però magari qui ci può raccontare qualcosa su questi look, oppure se volete, yep, maybe this time you're gonna switch. Yeah, perfect.
Switch.
Wow.
Okay. So do you want me to just scroll through them?
Yeah, sure. If you want, and if you want to discuss
If
one
you
of
want
them
me
in
to talk
particular.
on anyone, just you start talking. Tell me to stop.
Yeah, sure. Go for it, because most of them they're balayage.
Yeah, that's a good
Wow.
one.
This is beautiful. This is very much your style. Questo è
Yes.
molto il suo stile, molto casual and beach balayage, very Californian.
Yes, this is actually my best friend. Her name is Jenna. She's got amazing hair. I did a story on her, I think it was yesterday or a couple days ago, and we showed how it took her from foils to balayage, because she kept getting foils for a couple years, and as you guys know, I don't do foils, so her hair had kept getting damaged, and she had like breakage in the hairline, she had like little nubs.
Questa è una bella storia, ne hanno fatto anche una storia sui social, è una sua amica, Jenna, che per anni ha avuto questo biondo fatto con delle cartine e l'hanno spostata dalle cartine al balayage perché aveva poi i capelli molto danneggiati. So, how did you move her from foils to balayage?
So, just because you balayage doesn't mean it's going to look like, dark to light and there's no contrast in between. I think that there's many different patterns that you can paint with balayage. So I think you can create different looks. So sometimes I have to imitate a foil so that we can kind of work out of that, because as you know, even if you balayage and you do a ton of balayage, it's going to grow out better usually than a foil would, because the foil is so dense and hollow, which is probably why she was experiencing damage.
Quindi
kind of worked her out of that.
Il timore che uno potrebbe avere di fare un balayage e avere uno stacco radice-punte molto forte dipende dalla tecnica che si usa. In questo caso lei ha fatto una tecnica molto naturale, molto morbida, che consente di uscire dal concetto di foils, quindi di cartine, pur mantenendo un biondo chiaro e naturale. Dice che nonostante questo la tecnica del balayage è più rispettosa della natura dei capelli, quindi meno aggressiva. So I see tons of hearts and faces with hearts. Everybody's saying it's beautiful.
Good,
yes.
Good. Actually, Andrea, this is Jenna. You met her.
I know. I was sure.
All right. Okay, here's a couple other ones.
Ancora un paio. These are is a shooting. Are they shootings for some magazine or what?
This one, she is a famous DJ. She goes all around the world. I think she does a lot in Ibiza. She does a lot in Mexico. But she's kind of worldwide, Australia. And I think this was probably just one of her campaigns that she was doing.
Perché adesso capisco che tutti hanno le clienti che si meritano, però le sue clienti, dico, sono belli questi scatti. Dice, questa per esempio è una DJ molto famosa, californiana, che lavora molto anche in Messico. Dice, questo è uno degli scatti che lei ha fatto per una sua campagna. Sorry for the dogs, I'm sure you hear the dogs, are my neighbors. Scusate se sentite i cani o i vicini che sono abbastanza attrezzati.
And then this is a bleach and tone. So this is, I do quite a few clients, fantasy colors and stuff. So as you can see, I balayage this pink hair. And just because you're balayaging doesn't mean it's going to look natural. As we know, pink is not.
Vedete questo rosa, dice, comunque la tecnica è un balayage, poi la tonalizzazione è in rosa. E fare un balayage non significa necessariamente fare una tonalizzazione che sia naturale, diciamo, o scontata. I have one question for you,
Yeah.
because I really loved, I took note of something that you said in our academy talking about toning, especially when you have to lift a lot. And you said it's not about the bleach, it's about the toning, it's about the expectations. Perché una
Yeah,
volta l'ho
I think
sentita dire una cosa molto interessante, che diceva che quando una cliente vuole schiarire, cioè andare verso il chiaro col balayage, non si parla di quanto schiarirò, ma si parla di come tonalizzerò.
I think that toning is super important. I know not everybody does tone, but for me, toning is gonna influence and also instigate how the hair fades. It's gonna, if you're lifting the hair, you know, where you need it to be lifted, and you're okay, if you lift it past the point of what you need it to be lifted with good reason and no damage, then you're going to be able to tone it in a way that it's going to fade with lighter tones of what you're coloring it today, opposed to fighting all those underlying pigments. Does that make sense?
Yes, sure. And even your job will last longer.
Yes, exactly. Because it's not fading into these ugly, you know, underlying pigment colors that you have no control over. You're getting past that, and you're allowing the hair to fade lighter versions of the tone that you give it. So if you can see the girl on the screen now, this is her kind of just as it's fading. So it's not fading super, super muddy or super
No.
yellow or anything. It's fading to lighter versions of what that pink was that we wanted.
Here everybody is sending lots of love from Italy. Great to see you live, and they ask when you are coming back. Quindi stava dicendo, la tonalizzazione è molto importante, soprattutto quando schiarite e non sapete quanto potrete arrivare in altezza di tono. C'è una buona conversazione con la cliente, magari è opportuno tonalizzarla un mezzo tono più scuro, in modo tale che il lavoro duri di più e che non viri verso tonalità fangose. E quindi io l'ho visto lavorare, molto interessante questa cosa che dice, perché la consulenza è una gran parte di quello che si fa. Do you have many models that want to do a radical change? Hai molte modelle che vogliono fare un cambiamento radicale, so that you have to rely on Olaplex to do that, or what?
I think models necessarily don't go through such a large change because they're signed to these agencies as a blonde or as a brunette or as pink hair. But for instance, that girl with the pink hair that we just saw, I can go back to her again. She was blonde for years and years with me, and then one day she's like, she's also trained. She's an ice skater. She's amazing. One day she was like, I want to go pink, and I was like, are you sure? You have to ask your agent. She's
Yeah.
like, I just want to go pink. And so we did it, and it ends up that they love it, and she's booked campaigns with like fashion companies, and I think she did something with Prada and something with Paco Rabanne, and so it kind of just worked out. But for the most part, they generally are casted and booked as, you know, whether it's blonde or brunette or whatever it happens to be. So they don't venture too
Little
far.
changes.
Yes.
Little changes. Le ho chiesto se le capita di fare dei grandi cambiamenti alle modelle, per cui deve fare magari delle schiariture molto robuste, quindi si basa sull'utilizzo di Olaplex. Dice con le modelle non si può muovere tanto perché le modelle sono honeybook, quindi capita di rado. Quella che ci stava facendo vedere, per esempio, è passata da un biondo a un rosa. Lei ha detto: hai parlato col tuo agente? Ha detto: io voglio diventare rosa. Ma hai parlato col tuo agente? Rosa. Quindi ci sono varie cose che bisogna tenere in conto. But with clients, you have many that maybe ask big change?
Yeah, I think I have a fairly young clientele, so I don't have a lot of great coverage, meaning most of my clients get their hair colored because they want to, not because they feel like they have to. So because of that, that kind of enables me to I have a wide variety of what they are willing and wanting to do, because one, they don't have to worry about coming back in to cover those grays so often, and, you know, making sure that it looks fresh at the root and all that kind of stuff. So if they want to go blonder today, they know that I don't have to see them again for another, I don't know, 5 or 6 months. And then if at that point, if they want to go blonder, we can do that, or we can kind of play around with something that's going to go darker or whatever. So I think I have a very flexible clientele in terms of all that. And I'm really lucky because, yeah, most of them color their hair because they want to, not because they feel like they have to.
Yeah, sure. And if you post pictures like this, you attract people that want to have hair like this.
Of course, exactly.
Quindi dice, non ho molte clienti che mi chiedono copertura di Bianca, è una clientela piuttosto giovane, è una clientela che vede le mie immagini e mi viene a cercare per il tipo di lavoro che faccio, è una clientela che mi viene a chiedere dei lavori di balayage che durano molto a lungo, per cui spesso le rivedo magari dopo 4-5 mesi. Quindi è un tipo di lavoro. Your balayage, they last beautiful and long and longer.
Yeah, I would say on average, my client will see me depending on if they have a photo shoot or if they have to shoot something or, something like that, I would say on average every 4 to 9 months.
Dice le sue clienti, dipende se sono modelle che devono fare uno shooting, magari è un'emergenza, però di solito la cliente che ha in salone la vede a fare il colore in media ogni 7-8 mesi.
This client in particular, that's on the screen right now, I highlight her probably once every 9 months or so, once a year.
Questa è una sua cliente, dice, e le faccio i capelli una volta ogni 9 mesi. We have Eleonora that says, you must come to Milan, not only to teach us, but also to do our hair.
Yeah, totally. I would love to. Let me know.
Yeah, for sure. As soon as possible.
Yeah.
We have a list of clients here.
I know. We got to start, we got to make a list and we've got to come up with a plan. Because I'm super into that.
So our time is running out. Ragazzi, il nostro tempo sta praticamente finendo. Thank you for sharing those beautiful pictures. You're opening your house for us. It's really beautiful. La sto ringraziando perché ha condiviso delle immagini molto belle, ci ha aperto casa. Which is your favorite Olaplex product? Qual è il suo prodotto preferito di Olaplex?
That's really hard. I would say, well, I don't know because, okay, I think that I have a favorite for clients and I have a favorite for me. So for clients, I really, really like the number 3 because anybody can do it anytime. People even use it as a styling agent. People use it as a treatment. Men like to use it, even in their beards. I have my friend Rob. He always puts it in his beard. He loves it. So I think it's really versatile.
Dice, due prodotti preferiti. Uno per le clienti a casa, che dice sicuramente il numero 3 perché chiunque riesce a usarlo, è molto facile, si utilizza, come sapete, sul capello umido prima dello shampoo, e dice si può anche utilizzare anche l'uomo, degli amici che lo usano per fare gli impacchi sulla barba. And for yourself?
And for myself, I don't know. It's hard to choose between the 1 and the 2 as a professional product because I really need those in the salon. And me personally at home, I don't know. I use them all, so that's a little bit hard for me. But I'm really
number
into
0.
The moment.
The number 0. Oops.
Yeah, the new one. But my new favorite at the moment, I'm really into using the number 6 and the number 7 mixed together. I'm into that.
Dice, faccio molta fatica a scegliere perché professionalmente l'1 e il 2 mi sono necessari. Per me da usare a casa la miscela del numero 6 e del numero 7 è quella perfetta. Quindi l'ho chiesto magari il numero 0, ho detto non si sa ancora. Quindi è stata un po' abbottonata. Ok. I think we will say goodbye. Thank you very much. I hope to see you soon. We are so tired of being locked in, and we want to go back and see our clients and hug our friends. Cioè, spero veramente che finisca presto, che ci troviamo tutti fuori con le nostre clienti, che ci possiamo abbracciare nuovamente e che possiamo averla di nuovo in Italy. We want to have you here in Italy as soon as possible. Perché tra l'altro lei è venuta l'ultima volta e ha trascorso qualche giorno nella costiera amalfitana. You spent some free time around Naples last time.
Yeah, Naples, the coast. I went to Positano, Priano, and Milan.
Yeah, so it was lovely having you here.
Yeah.
We have someone who's asking what brushes you use. I know what you use.
I use the Smart brushes. I think they're amazing. They're an Italian-owned family. Or
I know.
A family-owned brand, and they're all Italian.
Gli ho chiesto che accessori tu utilizzo Framar, perché sono dei miei amici, addirittura sono anche mezzi italiani, fratelli Gallo. Ok, Bianca, thank you again. Big
Thank
kiss.
you.
Have a wonderful Sunday. And
Bye.
from Italy. And guys, ragazzi, tutti, mi raccomando, state al sicuro, però stiamo tornando. We are coming back. We are coming
Yes.
back.
All right.
Bye, ciao,
Bye. Ciao.
grazie. Bye bye.